Hey guys, what's up? It's me, FrexGZN, and welcome back to my Java tutorial series. So, last time we discussed some data types. As you can see, the integer, boolean, string, and double. Today I want to show you the principles of standard input from Java. So, at the last episode I gave you a homework. You should swap these two variables. Alright. I will show you how it works. You have to create another variable, you call it temp, because if you just go ahead and say e1 equals e2, yeah, you're swapping them, but then both variables will be 10 and you cannot change the content of e2 to 5. So before you are changing anything, you have to set the temporary variable to e1. Then you can change e1 to e2, and at last you can just change e2 to temp, and then you have changed the variables. If you want to check it, we can just print it out to the console. E1 plus e2, and the same thing again. Just copy and paste it. It will be much faster. So, and if we are compiling it, you can see at first as default 5 and 10, and after we have swapped them 10 and 5. So everything have worked, and if you hadn't understand these steps, just write in the comments, I will explain it to you. So, as I said, I will show you today the principles of standard input. You already know the standard output, it's just system.out.println. And you can just also use the console as input. For example, if you want to get a number from the user. Alright, just create a new class in the default package. The fuck? Alright, thanks. So class, and just call it std input. So first just create the main method, string args. So alright, oops, I forgot a word. Alright, for standard input we're going to use the scanner, and just method or other class from the standard library, and there we're going to pass system.in. Alright, you are seeing it, there's something red. You have to import it because it came from another class. Just go right click there and import scanner.util. Alright. Oh, sorry, I forgot a new. Every time if you are creating an object and you want to set them, then you have to write new scanner and pass the parameter inside there. As you can think or guess, system.in means just only the standard input from Java. Alright, so then we can go ahead and just write a message to the console. Hey, what's your name? So, if you want to get input from the user, you have to write scanner dot next line. And if we are going to run it, yeah, save. So, hey, what's your name? And then you can type, for me it will be Daniel. And all worked. If you're not trust me, you could just put this as a string. String s equals this, s out, this out, and then you can print this variable out. And if you're writing then your name, it will get out printed. You just have to think, it's just a loop that every time gets continued till you have typed something inside there in the console. And you can also do this with integers. Just make a question, probably what's your telephone number? then int number equals, let's say, yeah, you could do two things. You could just write scanner dot next int, or if you want, and that's the best way, I guess. Yeah, right. That's like the same thing like here, scanner.next line. It waits for a message that you are typing inside there, and this is just waiting for integer. And you also could just print it out, number. So, yeah. So, alright. You are going to type Daniel and here 5555, and it's also got outputted. Alright, so I guess that should be for the standard input, and your homework for the next lecture should be that you are asking the user some personal questions like what is his name, how old is he, his telephone number, his email address, and probably his username, stuff like this. And you're all going to save it in a data type. And if you all had saved, or if you all have saved and it's ready to be executed, you're just going to do at the end, you're going to execute it into the console. Just ask a question, for example, what's your name, like here. Then you're going to do scanner.next line. Every time if you're expecting an input from the user, you have to do scanner.next line or next integer or next double. Just think as next, just next and the data type you can see here, next line, next int, next double, next boolean. You have just every time use the right method for your data type, and as said, you're going to save it and execute it at the end of this program. So I just moved this line of code to there that they will get executed similarly. Alright, Daniel 2, and you see they got executed together. And that should be your homework for the next lecture. So we will see us next time, and I hope you could learn something from this lecture. And if you haven't understand something, just write your question in the comments, and I will try to explain it to you. Goodbye.